This podcast is sponsored by LAMPROBE. LAMPROBE is a popular aesthetic tool that enables skincare practitioners to rapidly treat a wide variety of common minor skin irregularities, or MSI. Red MSI treated by LAMPROBE include dilated capillaries and cherry angiomas, yellow MSI, cholesterol deposits and sebaceous hyperplasia, and brown MSI treated include skin tags and more. LAMPROBE MSI treatments are non-invasive and deliver immediate results. LAMPROBE can empower your skin practice with these new and highly in-demand services. For more information, visit lamprobe.com. That's LAMPROBE.com. And follow LAMPROBE on social media at LAMPROBE.
Hello and welcome to ASCP Esty Talk. I'm your co-host, Maggie Staszcuk, and ASCP's program director.
And I'm Ella Cressman, licensed esthetician, ingredient junkie, and content contributor for Associated Skincare Professionals.
So, Ella, across my thread on social, LinkedIn, there was this article people were commenting on. This 37-year-old woman went to ChatGPT and prompted ChatGPT to be a professional dermatologist / esthetician and create a skincare routine for her. And I was really intrigued by this. It went viral. And I went to Google, and actually this is something that there's like a million stories about this, but maybe this girl had a lot of followers and that's why it blew up. But a lot of people have been doing this. And so, I'm all into the gimmicks.
Mm-hmm.
I tried it out.
Nice. What happened?
Well, I want to share with you first her prompt to chat because I basically followed her thing. So she says, "Hi, ChatGPT, you are to act like a professional and extremely skilled and experienced dermatologist. You will help me give a skincare routine schedule that will help me get much more beautiful skin." And then she goes on to say that these are her skin conditions, this is how old she is, this is what her skin looks like, so on and so forth. So I was like, wow, that's amazing. And she had before and after photos. Her skin looked beautiful.
Wow.
I'm like, I am in, man. I am trying this out. Like, chat is amazing. Now, granted, this could be a problem for the skincare industry, but I want to know, what's it going to recommend for me? 5 minutes later, I was like, wow, ChatGPT does not know anything.
Okay, what happened?
I had to do a little reality check here. So I followed the same format, entered it in, said that I want you to act not just as a dermatologist, but also you're extremely skilled esthetician. I want you to use professional skincare products. These are all my problems. Now, it gave me very extensive routine broken up by morning routine, night routine, then also some optional steps that I could do. It also listed multiple products that I could use. And I was immediately turned off when it said I needed to use toner.
No, not today. No, but what was it about?
Not today. I'm an anti-toner user as part of the problem, but
the anti-toner. That's what did it. That was invalid after that.
That pushed me over the edge. I will say that I did go back and with my esthetician hat on, gave it more prompts saying, are you familiar with these professional product lines? And I do use retinol regularly and glycolic regularly. And what do you think about that? And we actually had a very nice conversation, Chat and I. And in the end, I got a very nice regimen. But a consumer who doesn't have this background knowledge would be told, use toner and your Neutrogena cleanser, and you're going to look like a baby's bottom.
I think that's such an interesting point of view because really what they do is the ChatGPTs, hopefully, but whatever they're pulling from all of these things. And do you remember SEO?
Yeah.
I'm imagining it's pulling from these places that have high SEO. Well, the high SEO places are these mainstream brands who pay somebody to have a new SEO for their Google ranking and all these other things. So the information, I feel, can be a little askew with these AI type formats. What's interesting is what you did is called prompt coding because you kept going.
You know all this stuff, Ella.
I love AI because I use it a lot, but
Yeah.
it's called prompt coding. And it's going to be a new section of that part of the industry. But the general public doesn't. They're taking that one answer for gold. And this is something that's happening when you're typing in, how does this one ingredient work? So this is my problem with a lot of these AI search engines is it's pulling from the most popular people, getting the most popular opinions. Imagine if it's like asking the most popular influencer their opinion on what you should do.
Yeah. Oh, it's going to be very biased.
Yes, absolutely.
I did even type into chat. We're on a first name basis now.
Yeah.
I did ask chat, do you know what you're talking about? They respond back to everything very positively. Doesn't matter what I put in, they're very positive.
That's nice.
Yeah. And they said, yes, I know about this. I know about that. Sure, let me be so helpful. Actually, sure, we can adjust your regimen based on this additional information that you're providing.
What was the biggest difference between V1 and like this additional information that you guys gave?
So we went through 3 different versions of regimens based on the more information I kept prompting. And in the end, ended up with basically a regimen I already do. And
The right one.
yeah, with little sprinkles of some over-the-counter products.
Would you use those over-the-counter products?
I am willing to try it because I can't help but be swayed.
Yeah.
I mean, clearly chat knows what it's talking about.
Yes, they do. Once you get there, eventually.
You get there.
Eventually.
Yeah. So, like, broad level here, let's talk about why people are turning to AI instead of professionals, or are they even turning to AI instead of professionals? I think there's a lot to unpick here. First of all, it's available 24/7.
Mm-hmm.
And depending on the generation, I think there are some people who are maybe afraid to actually go to that professional, can't pay that professional. And the access to information that they take as gold, like you said, seems easy and affordable and immediate.
Yeah, I can see that as being, it's something we're going to more and more. It started with, you brought it up one time. You said, I used to ask Jeeves.
Yeah.
So you have a long history
That's
of
how I got
these
my homework done.
relationships. Yes. So you used to ask Jeeves, and then it became a verb to Google it. Just Google it. And so this is a more refined option here, this AI that we have. But we go to it for a lot of things, whether it's random facts or now, the last few years, this refined version that we're getting. So like we assume that every single community member of the United States of America is coming to a professional. But we know that's not true. There's a large percentage that we're going to figure it out on our own. And for that, there's now websites and such, and they have these skin quizzes. So my, half full mind is going to that this information and these draws will help refine those skin quizzes because I hate those, or I hate what they've been.
I love them.
Yeah, okay. And so you basically did the same thing. You prompted your own skin quiz.
Yeah. Yes. I love those skin quizzes for the same reason I loved going to ChatGPT and saying, tell me what I should use.
And did you trust them, or did you want to just know what they had to say?
I just wanted to know what they had to say. And what I do is pick and choose based on the results. You know what? I'm probably mental here because I get the result either from the quiz or from ChatGPT and then say, are you right? I don't know if you're right. I think actually I know more.
So it's a confidence booster for you.
Yeah.
Okay, let me just switch industries.
You know what? That's how I get my well-being.
Yeah.
My cup of coffee and a skin quiz.
Yeah. No, you don't. So when you get your hair done,
Yeah,
and they say you need this conditioner, do you go,
Oh yeah, you better believe it.
Okay, so
Actually,
that's perfect.
I go to a hair person who doesn't try to retell me anything.
Okay. Do you use hair products?
Yeah.
From where?
Well, wherever I can get it for free. Because I'm in the biz, lady.
Okay, good. Fair enough. Okay, that's interesting because I'm the same way. I go to a hair person and they're like, you need this and this. And I'm like, do I though?
Yeah.
So it might just be because we're in the business that we're a little bit more discerning,
Yeah.
potentially.
That's a nice way to put it.
But I guess that's my concern with the public is not everyone's like, oh, I need this and I need that. I need 2 different heat protectants. Okay.
Yeah.
Not to say they're just trusting.
Yeah. Yeah.
But then I ask people to trust me.
Yeah.
But I guess the long and short of it is that we know more than ChatGPT. So always, at least Maggie and I, always put your trust in the pro who's going to, unless you're good at code prompting, perhaps.
Just talking about AI, there's a lot that estheticians can incorporate into their practice.
I think so too.
And I mean, if we're talking about trust here, estheticians can offer those virtual consultations or a quiz, if you will, before booking your appointment, or even just doing a virtual skin analysis.
I think those are all great ideas. There's another one. It's not ChatGPT. It's called Perplexity.
Yeah.
And it'll pull peer-reviewed studies, or it'll show you the source of where they're getting the information from. And another thing to think about for estheticians is medicine. So if your client comes in during the consultation and has pharmaceuticals or supplements, you can plug that into Perplexity and say, are there any skin contraindications of these? Which is way more efficient than Google.
Yeah.
Or help me design a skincare routine for people with these medications. And it'll help you. Yeah, so there is opportunity, I feel, to use it in a positive way.
Yeah, embrace it. Don't distrust it.
All the way, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, initially when I saw this thread, my gut reaction was, wow, AI is replacing the esthetician or the dermatologist. There are people out there that are going not just to ChatGPT, but to Google or even like WebMD to say, I've got X, Y, and Z going on, or help me create my routine, and not going to the professional.
Ooh, you said WebMD.
Yeah, I did.
Okay, it would be like the doctors being afraid that people won't seek medical care because they can go to WebMD. Now, I think it's the opposite. They're going to WebMD and they're like freaking out and needing more. But I digress. Like, oh my gosh, it's the worst possible scenario. But I would say that I think it's not a threat to us. Because those people that are going to go do that are not going to come to us anyway. And if they are going to come, they're not going to stay. So on the flip side, if that's your concern, like, oh, they're going to replace me, shake it off, Taylor Swift it, and then just give your best to the people who do want to come to you.
You said it. I love that. That's so true. If they're going to be using the ChatGPT to build their skincare routine and apply the toner and the Neutrogena, they're not using an esthetician anyway.
I want to know what your routine was.
Yeah. So let me share with you a little bit about the routine. So the skincare routine that I ultimately ended up with from ChatGPT was to start with a cleanser. And I did prompt this a little bit that I wanted hydration and I wanted vitamin C and all the good things that I think a just general consumer would know about anyway. But it recommended using hydrating, non-foaming cleanser, something formulated for combination skin, because that's what I told Chat I was dealing with. It told me to focus on ingredients that had glycerin and hyaluronic acid, which I thought was interesting for a cleanser. Then the dreaded toner to balance my pH after I had just cleansed with glycerin and hyaluronic acid. And this is when I wrote ChatGPT off.
Yeah. Number 2, done.
Done. And it was recommending a toner that was like a rose water or a witch hazel, which, that's great if that's for you, but I have never felt the need to tone. And I think this is just an added step. If you like that feeling, awesome. But I thought, wow, Chat, you do not know me.
You made me sad.
You made me sad. Then next step is a vitamin C serum, all about that. And it said to find ingredients like ascorbic acid or ascorbyl glucoside. And again, I said, Chat,
no,
you're failing me.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, another good example of where AI isn't quite as knowledgeable as the professional.
Right. That's a want.
Yeah, 100%. A hydrating serum, I kind of was impressed with this. Of course, recommending hyaluronic acid, but it gave a nice over-the-counter recommendation that had B5 and hyaluronic acid. So I did like that. And then, of course, moisturizer and SPF. And all of that was just the morning routine.
Whoa.
Yeah.
A lot.
Yeah, it is just a lot.
That's a lot. It would be different if you did this routine for like a couple weeks next time, right?
Next time, I'm going to buy all these products. We'll do some before and afters, and then we'll reconnect.
Okay, well, I'm gonna send you mine concerns, and you can ChatGPT it.
Yeah, we should do you.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
I want to see what it says.
Okay.
Now, listeners, we want to hear from you. How do estheticians manage this balance between AI-generated advice and professional judgment? Share with us on social media through Instagram, Facebook, or by emailing getconnected@ascpskincare.com. Thank you for listening to ASCP Esty Talk, and as always, for more information on this episode, or for ways to connect with Ella and myself, or to learn more about ASCP, check out the show notes.